Good morning, people. Good morning, good goddamn morning. I.O.B.A, I'm TC. Okay, so Super Tuesday happened, and Joe Biden did pretty motherfucking good. Joe Biden, I don't know if it's because a bunch of black people came out and started supporting him, or it's because a bunch of black people stayed home and allowed him to win those states, or I do know that, the corporate Democrats got behind him. Klobuchar and Buttigieg dropped out the night before and endorsed him, so all of their fucking votes went to him. That was you can't tell me that wasn't motherfucking planned. That they've been promised something. If he should win, they promised some kind of position or something. In order to do that, the DNC got together with him and told him, look, we can't let Bernie Sanders move any further because, he gonna start fucking with our money. Again, I don't know if it's because black people stayed home or a bunch of handkerchief-head black people did what they did in South Carolina and got behind him and voted for Joe because they think that he is somehow, a throwback to the Barack Obama days, which weren't that fucking glorious. I don't know why people want to return to that shit, but they think Barack Obama is motherfucking Jesus. So anything Barack Obama do or say, they're going to run right behind him and do it. I mean, I'm serious about that one because, like, where I work, I can't say nothing negative about Barack Obama unless I'm in the proper company. Otherwise, they come down on me like a ton of fucking bricks. And they know I'm right. But my thing also is, when did these black people shift? I mean, because they're saying, older black people voted for Joe Biden in these primary elections. When they say older, they're talking about me. So I grew up, and the people I grew up with, we all grew up in a conscious era. During the 70s, man, we was coming in right behind the Black Panthers. We wasn't asleep. We wasn't like oblivious to what was going on. We knew that the Iran crisis was going on. We knew Ronald Reagan and them was pumping drugs into the black communities and effectively destroying our communities. We heard about redlining back in the goddamn 70s. We knew that motherfuckers wasn't giving people loans in certain neighborhoods. We knew all these things. We knew about discrimination. We knew all these things. Hell, we even knew how we got our religion. We knew that our religion was enforced on us by our motherfucking slaveholders. So when the fuck the people that I grew up with go back to sleep and start believing all of the hype that they heard from white people? When the fuck did that shit happen? That's what I want to know. Because that's who they blaming this Joe Biden victory on. The one in South Carolina, that's definitely what happened. Because, like I said in my other video, I don't think I posted that video, but I saw an interview where a reporter was talking to a black South Carolina voter, and he was all Mr. Charlie, he gonna do good. And he was voting for Steyer, but he was all Mr. Charlie, and he a good man, and all that old handkerchief head Negro shit. But he was about my age. But I still don't understand where the fucking shift came, because we was all out there having a good time, partying, going to work, because there were factory jobs that we could go to, making money, but at the same time not believing the hype. I don't know where the shift came in the minds of the people my age. I guess that's my point. But yeah, so Bernie Sanders is now in a position where he got to, refight this thing, because everybody coming down against him because they're so afraid of socialism. People very close to me are afraid of democratic socialism. They hung up on the word socialism, and every time they see a picture of Venezuela, they start freaking out. And they always leave out the part where the United States has got Venezuela in a fucking stranglehold. They got a real tight noose around the neck of Venezuela, but they don't talk about that. They just talk about the socialism part, and it scares the shit out of them. But I guess that's the point. So everybody's afraid of democratic socialism. Everybody afraid that that Bernie Sanders is going to do all kind of communistic, socialistic things to them. And they don't even understand. They've been so blinded by the motherfucking media and the pundits until they don't even understand what's good for them. Now, us black people, our problem with progressive black people is we think we are of the opinion that Bernie Sanders is hypocritical. And he is, because he is all for reparations for Israel in the Holocaust, but he's not for reparations and cash payouts for black people, for just black people. But it's okay to give everybody else their reparations. It's okay for everybody else to get their bag except for us. You see, and that's the rub with Bernie Sanders, and he won't even promise us anything for our vote. So now he's struggling. And it's a direct result of not working hard enough to get black progressives to vote for him, to support him. You know, and that hypocritical stance he taken. So that's where we're at. But we still got a lot of states to go, and this fight just getting started. What is the thinking here, though? To replace one idiot with another one? Replace Donald Trump with Joe Biden? It says to me, and I'm going to wrap up with this point, it says to me that just about anybody can be president, because the president don't actually do the work. The people around him do the work. You feel me? The people around the president. A couple of years back, I did a video about Oprah Winfrey was being, talked about as being running for president, and I was like, God damn. But like I said, it said to me that anybody could be president. All you got to do is surround yourself with the right people, and that's what's going to happen with if Joe Biden somehow lightning strike on his ass and he win against Donald Trump, or if he gets the nomination. You got to get a nomination first. But if he gets that nomination and they put him up against Donald Trump, he's probably going to lose. But if he don't lose, he got to surround himself with a bunch of motherfuckers that can do the job for him, because he can't even form a coherent sentence. He can't. And I ain't saying that just because I heard a bunch of other people say it. Joe Biden can't string together. See, now they got me doing it. Joe Biden can't even put together a coherent sentence and can't even get an idea out. But they're going to replace Donald Trump, dumb, with Joe Biden, dumber. And these are going to be the figureheads that run the country. Because the corporations and the lobbyists, that's who's going to be running the country. You feel me? So anyway, the shit show continues, y'all. Hit me with the thumbs up. Hit me with a subscription. I'm trying to get a couple more. I don't want a bunch of subscriptions. I like to get them 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. That way I know motherfuckers who hear my shit really understand what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, and I'm going to bring this point out one more time before I go home. What good, before I go to work, what good is our agenda being addressed and fulfilled? What good is our reparations being paid out to us? And it's in the trillions, y'all. It ain't $20,000 like Bernie Sanders said at the NAACP meeting. It's in the trillions. What good is all that if at the end of it we don't have a planet on which to live? That the water is so bad and the air is so bad that we can't even fucking live. What good is it? So you tell me, does Donald Trump need to stay or does Donald Trump need to go? Do we put Joe Biden in the White House or do we put Bernie Sanders in the White House? Or put it this way, do we allow Bernie Sanders to lose and let Joe Biden go into the White House or go up against Donald Trump, or however it plays out? Which one do we allow, we ADOS people, we foundational black Americans allow to happen? All right? So with that, I'm going to close out. And y'all hit me with the thumbs up. Like I said, hit me with a subscription if you appreciate my opinion. And like I said many times before, it's just me talking to my microphone, baby. TC. And I'm out.